Hi, folks. Today I'm excited to talk to you about Snorkl. Snorkl is an AI tool that provides automated feedback to students, but also really challenges them to show their thinking, to talk out or write out their ideas, and to model what they know. So let's check it out. Okay, so here, if I go into my classes, you can create a class. If you have a district account, you can share your lessons. You can also look at the Snorkel library. So there's tons of wonderful things already built by teachers to help support you and to really challenge your students to engage in critical thinking. Another reason why I really love this tool is that I use the voice feature, so my students have to talk out what they know, and that's really powerful and helpful too, because so often in large classes, we don't get to hear from every single student every single day, and so Snorkel makes that all possible. So let's get started by looking at one of my classes for the fall. Here, I already have an initial assignment where I challenge them to do a speaking assignment and just to get used to the app. And so I asked them what their pet peeve was, and then I asked them to discuss how they could address someone who is doing that pet peeve and also what it says about what they value. So it's really intentional with not just getting a quick answer, but asking for students to give that analysis, to give a richer example of what it is that they're thinking and to model that as well. And so here you can see I can even turn on anonymous names so that we don't see the student names here. But you can see that many students were able to get a strong or even an excellent rating, which is a 3 out of 4 or a 4 out of 4. And I use this on a weekly basis, once a week, as a formative check for my students. And so if they get green, it's green for good. If they did not earn a 3 out of 4 or a 4 out of 4, it's fair. And so then it's in yellow. And students are allowed to redo this assignment as much as they'd like. So I want to walk you through, though, what the feedback looks like. So here, my student, if we played it, you could hear their response. And Snorkel really targets specific parts of their answer and then gives a very clear and specific response here. So you had a good strategy of explaining your sensitivity to hearing. Can you add more? And so what I really enjoy about Snorkel and being in setting the unlimited responses is that students can get direct feedback, and it's not just a general idea, it's targeting specifically in their answer where they need to expand on their ideas so that they can write again, they can speak again, or they could use the whiteboard feature and they could draw it out again. And so that becomes really powerful. And the overarching insights here, it's telling me where I'm getting strong understanding. It highlights a person or two that I need to directly address, maybe individually. So as the educator, it's giving me such great feedback. And if I look at the actual assignment, so let's go in and edit this here. Now, I can choose what it is that I want them to do. So I chose audio only. I also really like the writing piece and having students paste in a paragraph and get feedback on that. I know the whiteboard feature is great for social science or math where they have to show their notes or draw on a diagram. And then from there, I can add my question. And again, I like to be very explicit with sentence stems. So I give my students very specific vocabulary, which helps to strengthen their analysis in their speaking and their writing. And also, it shows them what an in-depth answer and response really should look like. And it gives them a lot of practice that then applies to our larger class discussions and our formal Socratic seminars. And so from there, I can get AI feedback and I can generate the rubric. But what I also like is then I'll go through and then I can be very specific with the answers that I'm looking for, and I can pare that down. Sometimes I turn on middle schools instead of high school so that it's a little more accessible of a response too. I'm going to cancel here. But it's just a great tool. And again, it has so many purposes. And with AI, I know many teachers are always concerned about a loss of thinking and a loss of student autonomy and student work. And Snorkel makes them do all the work. While the feedback is formative, so and it is from AI, it's not perfect all the time, it does challenge our students to really think about their responses, to not rush through something because they want to get that green for good. They want to make sure they have a strong or excellent response. And so they're putting a lot of thought. I also monitor it really carefully to make sure that my students aren't getting frustrated. And if I see students, like in the insights here, that are having repeat struggles, then I can address them individually and I can provide them that targeted support. So this is an amazing formative tool. My students have really gained a lot from it. I use it about once a week, and I've seen their writing and their speaking improve. So definitely check it out, and I hope that you enjoy using this tool.